A Thing of Beauty, a poem by John Keats, focuses on the criteria by which we can judge a thing is a beautiful or not. The poet John Keats, in the beginning of the poem, gives us certain yardsticks to find out by which we can measure whether a thing is a beautiful or not. A thing of beauty is a joy forever, its loveliness increases. It will never pass into nothingness. In the very first sentence, the poet talks about the fact that a thing of beauty, or a thing which is beautiful, or a thing which is fit to be called beautiful, is always a joy, is always a joy giving. Right? It's he calls the thing of beauty a joy. Right? The use of metaphor you can notice over here. Its loveliness increases. The loveliness of a beautiful thing goes on increasing, according to John Keats, with time. So, unlike other ordinary things whose loveliness decreases with the passage of time, a beautiful thing has its loveliness increased with the passage of time. It will never pass into nothingness, means that it will never convert into nothingness, or it will never come to an end, but will keep a board quiet for us. Rather, a beautiful thing, rather than ending, is a permanent source of enjoyment for us, just like a bower. Just like a flowery shelter place in the gardens, just like a bower, in the presence of beautiful things, we can enjoy sweet dreams, health, and quiet breathing. So, obviously, the comparison of beautiful thing with the bower is the basis of the thing, is the basis of the fact that just like a boar, a beautiful thing gives us a peacefulness, gives us health, gives us sweet dreams. Therefore, on every morrow are we reading a flowery band to bind us to earth. Here, the poet says that because of beautiful things, because a beautiful thing is a loveliness, beautiful thing is a joy forever, its loveliness increases, it never pass into nothingness, and it acts like a boar for us. Because of this thing, because of this fact, every morrow, every morning, are we reading, we are preparing a flowery band to bind us to earth. We are always trying to remain attached to this earth. Spite of despotence of the inhuman dearth of noble nature, spite here means in spite of. In spite of despotence means in spite of all the bad things in the world, in spite of all the disappointments in the world, in spite of inhuman dearth of noble nature, inhuman lack of noble people or good people around us, of gloomy days, in spite of the sadness that we face in our life, of all the unhealthy and over darkened ways, in spite of presence of unhealthy ways of life, over darkened ways of life, that world offers to us, means made for our searching, means that the world offers to us, the world offers to us unhealthy and over darkened ways. In spite of all these things, yes, in spite of all, some shape of beauty moves away the pall. Pall means cover. Some, because in spite of presence of all these things, some shape of beauty, some beautiful thing moves away the darkness, moves away the cover of darkness, cover of sadness from our dark spirits. When we become gloomy, when we become sad because of the presence of these things around us, then some shape of beauty moves away the sadness from our dark spirits. Such the sun, the moon, trees old and young, sprouting a shady boon for simple sheep. Such qualities are found in the things like sun, moon, old and young trees that offer shade to simple sheep, that offer shade to simple animals to stand and protect themselves from sun.